On small things, music genre, clothing styles, whether you like horror movies or not, whatever. But what we cannot disagree on are basic human rights, and honestly, I can't be friends with someone who does. Okay, but the problem is that you're calling me inherently evil based on what you define as good, while acting like your moral views are objective facts.
Let's talk about difference of morality for a second, since you think that morality is judgmental. And I'm going to respond to this as a person of faith who was named after the Apostle Paul. Is it in the Bible where you're supposed to vote for a president that defends child molesters? Are you supposed to vote for men that sexually assault women that are adjudicated rapists who has sexually assaulted over 24 women? Oh, no? Not in the Bible? Where does the Bible say that you're not supposed to rent to black people or ask for the execution of 5 black men or talk about roaming blacks or how a black pilot isn't qualified or asking for the execution of Joe Biden? Maybe I missed that in the Bible. Where does the Bible say you're supposed to vote for a man that has dinner with white supremacists and mocks disabled people, calls women fat, calls them piggy, calls Colin Kaepernick a son of a bitch, just for peacefully protesting? The Bible that I read says that marriage is between one man and one woman, and the man that you support and simp for literally has cheated on every wife. In fact, his current wife, while she's at home nursing their 2-week-old son, he's out there banging Stormy Daniels in Las Vegas. Praise Jesus, right? Oh, and let's not forget about the insurrection, that he bore false witness so many times that white people beat police officers while he sat on his fat ass watching it happen, eating Big Macs and wearing orange makeup. I'm sorry. That's just a different point of view. Who am I to push my morality on you? Because that's what the Bible says. God sent Donald Trump here to expose you and your white trash ilk. You are the moral rot within his church. You don't serve Jesus. You serve an antichrist, an earthly king. And you run around on your little page and you find a way to be the victim to your white trash 6 teeth, 2 brain cell base. That's all you do. You're just like Tammy Faye Baker. Oh, look at this. Watch me be the victim of something. Let me cherry pick a clip. And you run around in one of your videos talking about, oh, how have my rights been taken away? Well, women have lost their lives from sepsis because they can't get the health care they need. Women that have detected fetal abnormalities are forced to give birth knowing that their lives might be in danger or their children might be in danger. In fact, let me give you an example because you're pro-life and you care so much about life. Audriana Smith had an unfortunate accident and became brain dead a few months into her pregnancy. They forced her corpse to stay alive for 4 months, and then they tore out her fetus, Chance, who's been in the hospital for almost a year now. That's how women's rights have been taken away. Just because your little white trash life hasn't been affected doesn't mean you have less rights. You just don't care because you're a selfish prick. Because you only care about yourself and your little Instagram channel with white trash people that go, oh, praise Jesus, because they're ignorant, just like you. See, you would have been part of the Sanhedrin that crucified Jesus, in the name of God, because, you would have just had a different morality view than Jesus. Hey, Jesus, we're going to have to crucify you because you don't bend a knee to my religious agenda. And you would have chosen Barabbas. And you did. In 2016, in 2020, and 2024, because that is your true God. You're going to stand before God one day. And I hope that he plays this video for you while you're there. And he's going to say, how did you justify voting for a man that is an adjudicated rapist, who defended pedophiles that molested children, who caused an insurrection, who can't even keep his marriage vows and ask for the execution of 5 black men? What are you going to say? Well, Jesus, I own the libs. I made a lot of money because I had a lot of followers on Instagram. I got money. Yee-haw! Praise Jesus. You're going to say, I don't know you. Why did you do nothing about the school shootings? Or the children that died from health care? Or the children that starved to death? Or the homeless people over here? Or the officers on January 6th? What are you going to say? but I own the libs. I made a lot of money on Instagram being the white victim. You're going to spend a lot of time with Jeffrey Epstein. You can yuck it up all you want. You can make a video. You can respond to this all you want. But you cannot get away from what you voted for. By your fruits shall you be judged. Judge thy neighbor fairly. By the same measure you judge, lest you be judged. You voted for an adjudicated rapist. You voted for a felon. But you couldn't vote for the black woman, right? She's not a felon. She doesn't defend child molesters. She's not on the Epstein files. She doesn't have dinner with white supremacists. She didn't cause an insurrection. She didn't refuse to rent to black people. She didn't steal from cancer charities. She didn't insult John McCain. But somehow you convinced yourself she wasn't qualified. Let me guess. She slept her way to the top, right? Because the black woman is held to a different standard. And that's why we're here. Because you buy into the white male patriarchy. And it's disgusting that as a woman, that you voted for a man who owes a woman $80 million for sexual abusing her. And you're up here simping for him, kissing his ass because you don't want to make your white base mad. Because you know why? Money. It's easier for a camel to get through the eye of a needle than for you to get into heaven. The Bible says faith without works is dead. And I would argue that faith without works is you. Because every single person that runs around, almost every person with Bible scriptures and God first and freedom and patriot, or the least patriotic, the least Christian, the least empathetic people, and you're proving it today with your little bullshit patriot peach, whatever the hell your name is. You don't serve Jesus. You don't know him. You don't follow his word. You have no compassion or empathy. And I'll leave you with this, Karen, in case you actually care about learning something. I find it rich that your probably red line issue is abortion, but you don't care if that child is shot into school, a shopping theater. You don't care if it's sexually assaulted by Donald Trump at a dressing room. You don't care if it's molested on Epstein Island and Donald Trump defends it. You don't care if that child's a black man and Donald Trump asked to execute it. You don't give a damn about life. You just want to control people so you can have white babies. But you go ahead and keep telling yourself that you're a Christian. By your fruits shall you be judged. Have yourself a white day, Karen.